Well, howdy there, daylight burners. Happy Wednesday. Got a doozy of an episode for you, I think. Uh, boy, what a oh, what a shit show. Uh, I'm I'm partially disappointed in myself, and but I'm also kind of really thrilled. I haven't been in a good scrap in a while, so this is a good one. Anyhow, thank y'all for tuning in. Aaron is busy doing real world shit today. What do you say? Pump or something went out. Had to help family. And I'm out here picking fights with little league commissioners because this is America, goddammit, right? Oh, sorry. That'll be the I'm gonna try to keep this one as clean as I can because said little league commissioner. I hope he listens. I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe he will. We'll call him Commissioner Jerry. We'll see how far this he'd like to take this thing. And if so, he's also a publicly elected official. I won't say what post, and I won't say where. I will say though that I'm not eligible to run against him. Otherwise, I might. But after my interactions with him, I am very compelled to spend all of Jay Stetson's ad money and George's as well, and any future sponsors. I'm willing to spend a pretty good chunk of that money to run negative ad campaigns against this guy, and he's probably going to run unopposed, which is going to be even funnier. So like he doesn't have to do anything, like no campaigning, whatever, and then I'll just run an ad. I'll buy local radio advertising, telling everybody what a little just authoritarian type of fella old Commissioner Jerry is. So take you back in time to a place called Sunday, and it is a typical little league group text. Hate group text. They unless they're with my buddies, in which case I love them. But if I'm not put in one willingly, well, I really can't stand. Base mess. So Sunday, 6:39 p.m. Got a message from the rep here in Smith Valley. Kids and coaches or volunteers in dugout need to wear a mask. Players and coaches on field do not need to wear a mask. Parents in stands wear a mask and social distance 3 feet. According to the school protocol, blah, 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 blah. Please no sunflower seeds at all due to COVID and spitting. Okay. So this was in the text, the group text. And honest to God, I never in my life would have thought about sunflower seeds when it came to safety of kids playing baseball. You know, maybe a line drive to the head when they're at shortstop, or the pitcher, taking a line drive off the teeth, because that happens and that's a real thing. Not a ton you can do to prevent that unless you put a screen up. But even then, things happen. It's baseball, and that would seem like far more, pertinent to the whole safety situation. But that's neither here nor there. We live in the age of the Rona, and everything is boogity boogity boogity, and comply, and that's really the main issue at play here. Comply. So I, being the smartass that I am, and I guess I should retract a couple statements to some people that I said I sent this as a joking message, which is like 25% true. I was pretty sure I was going to bring a bag of sunflower seeds. So anyway, I said I will have a big bag of seeds right outside the dugout available for both teams. This is being in the spirit of following along with these safety mandates, whatever. You got to wear a mask in the dugout, so that means you can't spit sunflower seeds in the dugout. All right, just don't go in the dugout. If you don't want to wear a mask, that was going to be my policy as coach. I'm not even the head coach. I'm helping out. Don't even have a kid on that team. My niece plays, but my daughter's in t-ball. My little boy's not quite old enough yet, so yeah, I don't have a kid on this team, but they needed some help. They had two ladies that were volunteering as coaches, and they didn't have a lot of experience in it. So they needed some help. It's available. My niece is there. She needed some help. She's never, I don't know if she's ever picked up a mitt before this year. It's actually turned out to be a pretty good little ball player. But that's neither here nor there, because the whole thing is all this thing is about kids playing baseball. The entire damn thing is about little kids playing baseball. So, anyhow, the rep texted back and said, per Little League and state requirements, so your children can play, we need to follow the rules or teams will be disbanded. Smith Valley representative, and if these are not followed, they'll be forced to take it up further. But I will not be forcing anyone to partake, and force it how you wish. And so then I screenshotted that part of the message, and no need for that lady to take it for further upward. I'll just do that myself. I happen to know who the commissioner was. So, I sent him a screenshot of that. And I said, you're a move, commish. And he responded, said, are you the one stating you won't follow the guidelines we have to follow in order to play? And I said, yes, sir. He said, is there a particular reason you won't follow the guidelines as we are required to follow guidelines we are required to follow in order to play? And to which I responded, personal freedom mostly. I kind of like sunflower seeds and baseball. And I said, anyhow, I'll have seeds available for all who choose to have some. Thanks. And I thought, man, maybe that probably could have been handled better on my part, probably. But anyhow, sunflower seeds. Like, is that's the line you're gonna draw? You're gonna sunflower seeds. So wife is texting me, and anyhow, so back to this, and he said, all right. So, anyways, anyhow, I'll have seeds available for those who choose to have some. Thanks. Damn it, real. All right. He said, I understand that. However, I am going to ask you, and I will only ask you once, to please put your personal agenda aside for the sake of the kids being able to play. If you tell me you're unwilling, then you will not be able to coach in our league, period. Will you consider in order to continue working with the kids? And I said, who do I need to consult that has final say? Me? Either do it or don't. Your call. And so I guess I don't know if he's a commissioner, but he's like the president of the baseball league or whatever, this little area here. And I said, so you're going to cut a coach from my team that just barely got enough coaches together, and players as well. I didn't say that, but also there's not a lot of them. And I said, and you're going to do that over a mandate about sunflowers. Emphasized it, sunflowers. And so I didn't even make a comment about the mask. And And he said, if it saves a season for 334 kids, yes. My concern is getting kids to play it all, not your feelings. I don't even have a kid on this team. It's not about my feelings, it's about what's right. And he went on to say that Fernley, which is one of the neighboring towns, didn't have a season at all. Blah, blah, blah. They couldn't put a COVID-friendly plan. Hawthorne, same thing. And he said, your convictions are not to be taken out on a Little League field. Take them up with the state who requirement. I agree with your feelings, but don't punish kids. Your fight is with the state, not Little League. If you fail to see that, I'll start making calls for another coach or dissolve the team. Call. I need an answer. Will you or will you not comply in order to continue with our season? So there's the kicker. Comply. Will you or will you not comply? In which case I said, I'll step down because, I guess to hell with all that. Whatever. It was a volunteer deal. Not even my kids playing, my niece, but whatever. So, you know what, I'll just step down. And he said, very well, as you are no longer a coach in our league and do not have a kid in the program, I am formally requesting that you do not attend any practices or games as well. Thank you and best of luck to you. So he couldn't just leave it be. Now you're going punitive. Like you're going to punish me. Even though I already voluntarily, I'll step away because this just seems like a dumb thing. And now, no, you can't attend games or anything. And I said, it's a public ball field, which it is. I said, I have a daughter in T-ball, and I will attend the opening ceremonies, which is Saturday, and all of her games. With sunflower seeds, come arrest me. Says, you will not. You just told me you will openly defy our safety plans. So that's a little politician work right there. Little legalese by saying that I'll be there with sunflower seeds. I'm openly defying, but you can say whatever you want. That's the great thing about the First Amendment. Until I show up with sunflower seeds, I've not violated. I haven't violated anything. Said it's gonna be one of the cleaner shows. So, maybe I'll get through this and then I'll switch on over to the Patreon and then I'll get a little loose, get a little loosey goosey. So anyway, he said, you will not. You just told me you will openly defy our safety plans. You are no longer welcome to attend league activities. If you disagree, call the governor's office, which is also a little power move there because, oh, well, I'm just following orders, man. Just take it up with the governor. Well, no, you are the local representative, in this case for the Little League. So all these kids and parents and coaches and everything that are getting this thing together. We've been practicing for the last couple of weeks, and season's opening ceremonies is this Saturday. So, like, yeah. But, just following orders, and if you don't like it, disagree with the governor. No. You're the local official, so you are the one that can tell the state, the governor, whoever, and just say, hey, no, these are our publicly funded ball fields, like publicly owned, and most of all, these are our kids, so we will allow them to play baseball as we see fit because we're their parents. We know what's best for them. Your safety regulations be damned. And anyhow, I said, I will attend. Try and stop me. And he said, I will have you arrested for trespassing. I'm not joking. You are no longer welcome at league activities. If you will reconsider and tell me you're willing to comply, I will permit you. If you reconsider and tell me you're willing to comply, I will permit you. To which I responded, okay, comrade. So I know he's trying to push this whole safety protocol deal. Here's the thing. It's a public ball field. And if you're that hard up about it, like you got that that big of a vendetta at this point. Like, all right, I'll be there. I will be there, and I will be with my little league team, the Sharks. Sharks. And then I'll be there to watch my little girl with the Yard Goats T-ball team. Weird name. It was a Jerry name. Mish Jerry, I believe, came up with that one. We also had a little disagreement about that. Not me personally, but one of the other coaches on my team. We were originally supposed to be called the Yard Goats, but whole different set of deal. That part's even stupider than this part that we're discussing. This whole stupid thing that I've got myself into here. So I said, okay, comrade. I thought that was a nice little dig there. And he says, if not, you are not welcome. Considering what I just told you, will you comply with our plans? And I said, no, sir. Very well. You are not to be at the fields. If you defy this, it will be considered trespassing. Responded, cool. Have fun with that. And then my wife was already on me about not talking to this guy. And this one, I finally just let it go. And he said, would you like a refund for your daughter in T-ball? Or is there somebody else that can get her to and from games and practices? Because, I'm not allowed now. Well, here's the thing, Jerry. You don't get to tell me where I can take my daughter and when I can go pick her up, wherever that may be. As long as I'm not in your house, that is none of your damn business where I take my daughter. Yeah, I appreciate your concern for the league and the kids. My daughter is none of your concern. You can keep her name right out your mouth. So, no, she wants to play T-ball. I don't want a refund. We paid for her to play T-ball. She wants to play T-ball. She's going to play T-ball. This little beef that we've got with the farm team is between me and you. Has nothing to do with my daughter. So anyways, he says, if I don't have a response by 5 p.m. tomorrow, I take that to mean you do not intend to comply. Do not intend to comply. I'll issue a refund for your daughter, as I feel it is best to avoid a public conflict rather than babysit an adult. Take the night to think about it if you need. If you send any more responses, I'll respond more, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Have a good night. And so I let it go. I didn't respond to him as per the wishes of my lovely wife. And she said, I will call him if you'd like me to. I said, well, that might be a good idea. Might be a pretty decent idea. We'll see what old Jared Dog is really about. Well, she was not impressed at all. I think I'll post the screenshots in Patreon. So if you'd like to see this whole shenanigans develop, you can go sign up. But anyhow, it's but I guess you don't really have to, because I'm reading it to you. I'm reading you the whole transcript, whole thread. So anyway, my wife tells me that like immediately he was like, your daughter will this, your daughter that, and because your husband is this and out of control, this it's gonna reflect bad on your daughter. And so once again, you keep my little girl's name out your mouth. She has nothing to do with this. It's between me and you, Jerry. How far do you want to take the sunflower seeds? Because frankly, most of our high-risk cattle are starting to level out, and the Mexicans are doing real well, and it's kind of boring right now. It's hit and miss whether or not I'm gonna have internet service enough to do to do like a live show on Thursdays for the bull session, because it's rural internet. You know what I mean, Jared Dog. But anyhow, I'm a little bored. I don't have any colts I'm riding right now, so and when you don't have a colt to ride, you get to picking on your good horses a little bit, just because you're used to training on horses. So sometimes you maybe pick on your good horse for doing something that really wasn't that big a deal, but you're bored, man. And I'm thinking you must be bored too, Jerry. But I think you underestimate I really think you underestimated what you got yourself into here, buddy. I really do. So, as I mentioned before, Jerry's an elected official. We'll just leave that be for now. But just remember, this is a guy who gets paid by the taxpayers. This job that he's doing right now is a volunteer position. So if he's willing to abide by these so-called like draconian, uh, fascist, Nazi, communist type mandates that we've had to deal with this whole damn COVID shit show. Sorry. But if he's willing to go this deep on him well, maybe he gets paid for that. I don't know. Might look into that. I might look into that. Anyhow, because it gets better. But if he's willing to do that we'll just give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's a volunteer position. That I think it probably is. I honestly I don't know. And we'll just say it's a volunteer position. He's willing to go this hard in the paint, threatened to arrest me for trespassing after I already said I'd step down as coach. But no, not only can you not coach, but you can't attend any league activities. Well, that's where I disagree there, my man. And if you're willing to do that as in a volunteer position, like what are you not willing to do when that's your job? And I don't know what your position pays. I know he's got a second job, public job, so I won't mention that. However funny it may be, that'll be a Patreon little. But anyway, he pulled a politician move, a lawyer move, just anybody just trying to shut you up, just like, oh, and if you don't comply, then boom, we're gonna have you arrested. And so, but most people, they just be like, oh, I don't want to get arrested. Well, what are you gonna arrest me for, Gary? Trespassing on public property with my family. Okay, I would love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation when you go to the sheriff or a judge or whoever to get a warrant for my arrest for trespassing on public property with my family at Little League opening day. Me not being a convicted felon or a convicted sex offender, anything of the sort. Had a couple minor mishaps, went to jail a time or two in college, but who hasn't? But major thing is I begrudgingly pay my taxes because I know I'll get thrown in jail if I don't. Probably drink a little too much beer. Probably got one too many vices, and I run my mouth a lot. But however, I try not to off. I try to just do the thing. Now here we are. We're having a pissing match over all this, and then you get my wife involved. You try to use my little girl as leverage on this deal, and then you don't. I'm sure you thought you'd gonna be dealing with this frail little lady, but my wife will not be buffaloed. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work. She doesn't operate that way. So he tried to give her the old runaround, and she was like, who else is on this board, Jerry? And he's like, I'm the president. And she's, oh, yeah, I know that, but who else is on the board? I'd like to talk to them. And boy, he kind of shrank back a little bit, but then I'll have to ask my wife to clarify, but I think he hung up on her. He claims he didn't. Well, let me see. I don't know. Either way, he was very rude, and I'm pretty sure he hung up on her. And he says he didn't, but I'll trust my wife on that. That pretty straight shooter. So then we go on to the next song. So that was Sunday night. My wife talks to him yesterday on the phone, and then he messaged, and I did not respond to him at the time because I wanted to wait and talk to the parents, because as I realized, like, this thing has really spiraled out of control. This thing got out of hand. It started out as a harmless, smartass comment, and I realized this is kind of ridiculous at this point. So, gathered up the parents, and I said, we didn't even do any drills or anything at practice. I just sent the kids. They started playing catch. Gathered all the parents, the other coaches, and said, hey, here's what happened. Recounted this deal. I got scolded. I will say I got scolded. Lady said, "Yeah, you made a comment and drug the kids into political sway." And I said, "Yes, that was stupid. I agree. Shouldn't have made that comment." However, I also volunteered to step down because of that whole deal. Understand? I didn't want to do. Then this guy took it personal. So I said, "However, all that's not fair for any of you people, your kids. So if you don't want any involvement in this, I'll step down. No hard feelings, no questions asked." And you know what? We got 100% unanimous vote from all the parents and the rest of the coaches that, basically, the hell with that guy. We think you do a good job coaching, like, you stick around. So we had practice. What we do here in America, right? We play baseball, huh? And well, so he after this fella went ahead and tried to buffalo my wife unsuccessfully, and then hangs up on her. He sent me a message. This was yesterday evening. Hi, Matt, just spoke to Becca regarding Sophia being able to continue. I explained that as long as I have her assurance that they intend to follow our guidelines without incident, Sophia can play. The reason I am telling you is to be clear that even if Sophia continues, based on your comments, you will not be prevented to attend any league functions. I just wanted to be clear as to avoid any public incidents or embarrassment. Thank you, Jaredog. Sign it, Jaredog. I would have had a little more respect. I mean, not for the name or the fact that he has that nickname, but just for having the stones to throw a Jaredog out there. Yeah, I'll give you a tip of the cat for that. But that's about it. So went to practice, talked to the parents, got one little bit of reprimand. I said, yes, I realize probably shouldn't have made that remark. However, don't come at my family like that, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, here we are. We had practice, good practice. Really, it was cold, windy, but kids did great. It was awesome. There's this kid, Jose, his mom is one of the other coaches, and he had a birth defect on his left hand, and it's just didn't grow as big as the other one. Fingers aren't quite separated. Just unfortunate deal, but he's still got some grip in the hand, but it's like his hand's not quite big enough right now to wrap all the way around the bat. But his other hand is fine. He's naturally right-handed, but when he swings the bat, that left hand is on the bottom, and he doesn't quite have enough grip, and his fingers aren't quite long enough to wrap around the bat. So, got him hitting left-handed, and he's doing pretty decent. Then that left hand's only there for support. The right hand's your power hand, and he's still struggling, as you would expect. Somebody with a birth defect that really sets them back. But he's having fun, and he's doing good. And you know what? It's nothing abnormal about it. He's got a bad hand. That happens. You know what? Make do. But by the time that hand gets a little bit bigger and he can actually hold a bat in that hand, well, man, he can go back to batting right-handed. He'll know how to bat left-handed, and he'll be a pretty damn good switch hitter. Kid's pretty naturally talented, and so I really had a good time coaching these kids. So I got home, and I said, after speaking with the parents and other coaches of the farm team, they've expressed their desire for me to continue coaching their kids. told them I would be glad to do so. I will be at opening ceremonies with my team and my daughter's team. It is a public facility, and as I'm a tax-paying resident of Lyon County and a free American, I fail to see what authority you have to bar me from anything. I'll be around if you wish to visit, but I think it would be better for everyone involved if you leave me be. Bring a warrant if you can get one, but I think we both know that won't happen. I will be talking about this ordeal on my podcast later on. You should check it out. Might be interesting. Don't worry, even though you're an elected official and your office number is public, I won't slip any personal details. Not. Have a great evening. And I planned on leaving it be. But these people don't back down, ever. You have to comply to their will or else. And so here I am. I've talked to the parents, got unanimous support from them, and all right, there we are. And he said, Matt, the problem is that you have openly stated time and again that you plan to violate and encourage others to violate our safety guidelines approved by the state of Nevada. That's a big deal. You're putting our league in a position to get shut down by the state of Nevada. I will not allow over 300 kids to miss out on baseball because you decided to be an ass. If you're still interested in coaching, I'm willing to have a team meeting with you and the team to ensure nobody will be putting our season at risk. I'm a reasonable guy. However, your macho, I do what I want attitude won't fly. You're certain you can't follow our guidelines. You cannot coach. If you're encouraging others to violate our guidelines, you're not welcome to attend, period, not negotiable. Being a tax-paying citizen has no bearing on your eligibility to participate in youth sports league. Your character does, and so far, I'm very disappointed in yours. Yes, I'm an elected official. I fail to see what that has to do with anything here. Let me know if you'd like to set up a team meeting for me to attend with you. Until then, you are not eligible to participate in any league function. Okay, so as I mentioned before, as an elected official, something he is paid to do. How many of these laws is he willing to enforce because he's paid to do so, and how hard are you willing to crack down on? Because he's obviously, or he's at least willing to talk very big about what he will do. So I said, you as a commissioner and an elected official can tell the state to pound sand and that we will allow our kids to play on our public ball fields because that is our right as a goddamn American. Come enforce it. The parents voted unanimously for me to coach. I'll be at practice Thursday evening at Dressler Park at 5. I'll have a blue hat. So come find me. If this is what you wish to do, come find me. So, and it always goes back to you don't have that choice. You don't have a choice. Well, come stop me. Come stop me. If that's the case. He says that's not one of your choices. You'd like to set up a team meeting, I'd be happy to attend and address this with the parents. If I have an agreement that you and the others will follow guidelines, you can continue. If not, you cannot. If you'd rather not, I'd be happy to schedule a special meeting with our board to discuss your removal. If you feel I am wrong and you were right, you will be stated. If you feel I was right and you will be expelled from the league, you would be welcome to attend. Which of these would you rather pursue? In the meantime, you are not welcome at any league functions, and it will be considered trespassing if you attend. And I was in the shower when he said that, so I must have waited too long to send it back. I'm not interested in going back and forth with you. Choose one of those two options I've given you, or stay away. You have no other alternatives. Let's have a board meeting. Sounds like a blast. Can I record? I said, I'll still be at practice on Thursday night. Hope to see you there. Will you be available tomorrow night at 7? Nope. I'm loading cattle. I will be. And I said, I'm not the unreasonable one here, Dog. I stepped down. Tried to power play me and say I can't attend my daughter's game and have me arrested for safety protocols. But in all actuality, you went full Karen over a smartass remark about sunflower seeds. And you hung up on my wife because she called you on your bullshit. You made it personal, and your actions as commissioner makes me seriously want to run campaign ads against you as you run unopposed. The parents have said they're fine with me coaching. I'll be at practice. And seriously, last time he got elected, he ran unopposed. Probably be the same thing again. And I don't live over there, so I can't run for that office. And I don't want that office I don't want any public office. But I do love trying to keep people accountable. And yeah, so anyway, yeah, I got some sponsors that are just gonna have to deal with a little bit of frivolous spending on my end, but that'll be all. So then he said, couple things. I've scheduled an emergency board meeting tomorrow at 7:30, Chamber of Commerce and blah. Discuss your removal from our league as a board and allow the board to vote on it. Participate in person or via Zoom. If not, I will share our messages and let them speak for themselves. I feel I should also correct you. I did not hang up on your wife. She called me upset, understandably so. At no point was I respectful, and I did not honor. And send you a Zoom link if that makes it easier to attend tomorrow. Whatever the board decides will be final. And I said, the parents voted. I don't need your permission to coach. I'm not arguing with you. Send a Zoom link tomorrow in case. If you choose not to attend, it's up to you. If they agree to expel you, there is no going back. In which I said, have your meeting if you wish. I'll be at practice on Thursday. You can explain to the kids and the parents why they should allow you to make a decision contrary to their vote over sunflower seed. And if you got a warrant by some off chance, I'll be arrested peacefully on camera. So, gauntlet's been thrown down, Dog. What are we going to do? Are you going to go ahead and enforce these draconian, punitive, nonsensical? Yeah, I know I unload cattle, so I can't make your meeting. Maybe that I'm not an elected official, but I do know some big words, and I happen to read a lot. I study stuff, and I know a little bit about human rights, and I also know a little bit about the law, and I also know that you're full of shit, Jerry. So get a warrant and have your vote. Your vote means absolutely zero to me. All the parents said, let's play baseball. And if you choose to remove our team from the league, we will show up to our games as scheduled, and we will play a game with anybody who chooses to play with us. If not, we'll have a hell of a practice. So, anyhow, there's a little story. I'll go a little deeper into it here in just a few seconds on the Patreon exclusive. But for everybody else, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me rant. I kind of like ranting every now and then. Especially when I feel like I'm on like a righteous cause. And, I didn't have a real great childhood growing up. It wasn't, I get nothing terrible, but it wasn't great. It wasn't your normal childhood. And baseball is what I look forward to. I played a lot of baseball growing up. I love the sport, and now I'm really enjoying to be able to teach these kids. I like the team I'm helping with is 7 and 9-year-old. It's really cool because they come out of T-ball and they don't know anything, and then here we are like 2 weeks in, and they're already making contact off the pitching machine from barely knowing how to swing a bat. And it's pretty cool to watch. And baseball is just a great sport, man. And sunflower seeds go hand in hand with baseball. Big League Chew, sunflower seeds, Levi Garrett, big man or red man. Any of that stuff. Little kids obviously don't want to. You got to let them get 10, 11 years old before you let them get into the good stuff. But like Sandlot, The Sandlot is one of my favorite movies of all time. I made it one of my daughter's favorite movies of all time. We love baseball. It's a baseball house on my side. My wife don't really care, but for me and the kids, we're baseball people. I love it. And it's like how They go as far as sunflower seeds at a baseball game. Like, what will they not try to control? And at what point will you just say, no, piss off? This is what I'm doing because I have a right to do so. And if you disagree and you think I'm violating some law, come arrest me. Please come arrest me for coaching a team that the parents voted unanimously to allow me to coach. Please come arrest me for that. I hope you do. I hope you do. So, Commissioner Jerry, yeah, gauntlet's been thrown down. Board meeting tomorrow night. I really don't care. Come and make me stop coaching. Like, physically make me. Because I've got the parents okay. And anytime they want me to step aside, I will. But I called your bluff. My cards are on the table. What you got? Let me see it, Jerry. Anyhow, for all you regular folks, ain't cool enough to pay yet. Well, work on that, okay? Work on it. If not, I appreciate the shit out of you guys anyways. That's going to do it for us. And yeah, if you're a paying member, around, gonna get wet. Sounded weird. I don't disregard. Move your ass. We're burning daylight.